Hey, welcome everyone. Welcome to Stocks Number Trading. Thanks everyone for joining. Good morning. My name is Ron. My partner is Dave. It's 11 a.m. Eastern. It's Tuesday, July 7th. And appreciate all of you guys. Thank you guys for joining. I hope everybody had a great weekend. And sorry about yesterday, guys. I was really sick yesterday. I still am a little bit under the weather. Not feeling 100%, but much better than I was yesterday. So I apologize for canceling yesterday, guys. But I just couldn't get out of bed. I was really sick, so I had to go to the doctor and get some medication. I got a really bad flu and fever, and you guys know I probably wouldn't have, I could barely even talk yesterday, so it wouldn't have been a good stream. But today, much better. So let's see how the markets are moving. So we will get right into this, where I will get to the charts in a moment, and then we'll do a top down on gold and Dow Jones. And right now, let's just go over today's news quickly and see if we're gonna have any news impact our session this afternoon. Okay, so real quick, today, Tuesday, July 7, there was some European news that already went through. There was some US news over here, and we are moving into post New York session. So Wall Street has already opened up, and there's been a little bit of red in the market regarding NASDAQ and US30 right now, and S&P 500. So we'll see if it continues to sustain that selling pressure this afternoon, or maybe we'll see a little bit of a bounce. But let's just look at our time. So we're here for 11 noon and 1 p.m. We don't have any news for our session. If you are trading later this evening, going into the futures and the Tokyo session, there is some New Zealand high impact news over here with their official cash rate. And it looks like they are maybe in the forecast increasing 0.25% in New Zealand. So that's the first time we've seen a hike in a long time. Everything is pretty much paused or had hints of decreasing, and this is now a hike in the forecast for NZD. So that will affect the New Zealand dollar if you are trading that currency pair later this evening. Okay, and then just going over midweek tomorrow. Dave does the New York sessions. He's doing COMEX and Wall Street, and I'm following up right now after Dave's session, where they grab some pips in the morning. Tomorrow, our session will have the crude oil inventories and the 10-year US bond auction. The FOMC meeting minutes will be released tomorrow at 2 p.m. This is not an FOMC meeting with a conference with Warsh that will be coming up in just at the last week of July. This is just a summary of last month's FOMC. Okay, it has a high impact folder here, red folder, because sometimes when they do release these, if there's any revisions in this or anything that they're talking about, it could affect the markets. Okay, but it's just a summary of last month's FOMC. Thursday, very light day in the markets. We have our usual unemployment claims that come out every single Thursday at 8:30 a.m. Eastern. And then we have our 30-year bond auction on Thursday during our call, and NZD, New Zealand, is a bank holiday all day. And then to wrap up the week, Friday, again, not much news. We have some Canadian high impact news, but nothing really going, except for this in the tentative USD, a Fed monetary policy report. It's tentative. It doesn't have a time when it will be released, but that will be coming out on Friday. Okay, and then just some news regarding Iran. Negotiations on the final deal will not commence if threats continue. Honor your signature. So we'll see. Again, do we have a sustained peace deal? Not right now. There's still some attacks on some ships in the Strait of Hormuz, and if you're trading oil, gold, it can be very volatile until we get a direct decision if there's peace or the Strait of Hormuz is officially open for business. Okay, and just over the news here, stocks sink after Samsung results spark chip sell-off. So volatility continued in the tech trade after concerns arose about Samsung's AI spending plans and future demand. SpaceX is in the news over here. President Trump says Walmart will lower prices, but the retail beast has already been slashing prices. What else we got going on? Defense stocks surge as governments boost spending on weapons. AI battlefield technology. So a lot of your defense securities are General Dynamics, Boeing, Lockheed Martin, Raytheon. You can add Palantir in there because they do some like AI security for military and things like that. So that's kind of if you want to see if money is moving into the defense sector, you can highlight those securities and keep an eye on them. Tech stocks, chip stocks sell off. SpaceX joins NASDAQ today. So that's inclusive now of NASDAQ. So when you're trading NASDAQ, now SpaceX is weighted in there. How much weight will it give? And it's rebalanced every 3 months. So that's good. So now that's a part of NASDAQ as well now. Okay, and so that's our news for today. And guys, there's a free Telegram channel pinned at the top of YouTube. Thank you guys. There's almost 200 viewers on YouTube. If you guys can hit the like button right now, it helps boost the channel, and we can help grow the channel together. We do appreciate it. And everything you need to have on this free Telegram is available for you guys. You have all of our links to all of our live YouTube sessions, recaps of Dave in the private Zoom in the morning session. So Dave does Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. He does COMEX and New York right before us, starting at 8 till about 10. And this is a recap of they hit two out of three so far on gold. And the first trade was a loss in selling. Then next two were both longs that hit targets. So that's how you can learn with Dave how to navigate the markets as well. And guys, we have a blog that we uploaded, the power of journaling. So we stress how important it is to journal. And this is how one of our snipers transformed 6 years of frustration into his best trading week ever. So we highlighted a blog about Sean in our group, and congratulations, massive congratulations. And he stated in the blog his own words of how important journaling is, and now that he took it serious, he's starting to see profitability and consistency for the first time in years. So that's why we stress, guys, take some time and journal your entries, your wins, your losses, your break evens, your thought process going into a trade, your emotions, and you will learn so much about yourself that will really help you and take you to the next level in trading. That's what I feel a lot of retail traders are lacking, is the journaling and the learning about the trades that you're taking. I feel like it's very easy to say that retail traders over leverage, over trade, revenge trade, all of those things. But you combine it with this is the most important thing, is journaling. Because even if I was over leveraging, over trading, revenge trading, and I wasn't writing anything down or journaling it, then I would probably continue to just trade like that. If I started now to go into my journal and start to see the trades that I was taking and why I was revenge trading and why am I over trading, and I'm over trading and I'm taking silly trades and it's not like high quality setups, then I'm going to start to learn the reason why I'm losing is because I'm taking too many trades, and you can see where you're taking the trades. And then you can maybe start to think about a new plan, how to patiently wait for the market to come to you, look for high probable setups, start journaling that, and then you might start to see you're making some progress. So I can't stress the importance of journaling. It's very, very important. If you don't take this serious, then your results of trading won't be serious, okay? The traders that take journaling very, very serious, then their trading starts to go to a new level, okay? And guys, we have giveaways also on this free Telegram, so we highly recommend that you're in this free Telegram, because we have weekly giveaways for monthly memberships, 3-month memberships here at SST. We gave away lifetime memberships here. There's also AITradeIdeas.com that we give away. So there's a lot of good stuff here. We were giving away one-on-ones with myself to help you guys out. We tried last 2 sessions. We had to get over 500 likes and we never got them. So, you know, it's out there again on today's session. If we get over 500 likes, I will randomly choose someone in the YouTube for a free one-on-one. So we got to hit 100 likes. Okay, guys, and so that's the free Telegram. And if you want to join SST and join the team, trade with them 24 hours in the Discord community, trade with Dave, alongside Dave, get the trade signals and ideas, get all the indicators, get all the education, and much more. It's all available here on our website. Okay, we kind of just give a fresh look on our website now with Coach Ron, Coach Dave, our mindset coach over here, psychology mindset coach. Here are all of our courses over here. And then it goes from courses, goes into how to take our trade ideas and the Scalper Pro. Then it moves into the 3 to 6 day boot camps regarding Forex, psychology, cryptocurrency, risk management, stock and options, history of gold. And then we continue to move into a trader's framework. I'm going to add more to this. This is going to be a bigger series. And then we have our 120 webinars here that are all available. And the first 10 are for a beginner level. Then you advance to the intermediate level, then finally you get to your advanced level, and then you can continue learning with the super systems, trade idea breakdowns and explanations, and then finally we have our lifetime coaching and education, and then our breaking down the stock right here, NASDAQ. So you can see NASDAQ, the 100, we can now include, I have to update this and include SpaceX in here now, and then we can see which one got kicked out and SpaceX is taking over. Okay, so anything you need education wise, there's tons of education on this website. And if you want free blogs, they're all available here. We had a blog on FOMC, a blog on the NFP, and then we have this one over here regarding our sniper. Sean, I'll read this in tomorrow's session at the start of the call, just to go over this. And so we can go right into the charts right now. And also, guys, thank you guys so much for everyone that's hit the subscribe button. We do appreciate you guys. Thank you guys very much. And if you guys can kindly hit the like button, it helps boost the channel so that we can get more and more traders that want to learn how to trade for free on YouTube. And we welcome them. Okay, guys. So I'm going to go right into gold right now, breaking this down. Right now, this is on the 5 minutes. You can see it was barcoding. It was going bullish, bearish, bullish, bearish. Broke down a little bit, then came right back in, and now it's coming back down. So it is pushing down. I'm going to do a top down from daily, hourly, 5 minutes. Okay, so if you're now going to follow, this is the time to follow. If you were sleeping during my first little 10-minute intro there, now it's time to wake up. Okay, so I'm starting on the daily. And a lot of questions. Everyone asked me on this call, Ron, where did you put these lines from? Where did you get these lines from? Where did these lines come from? This is where they come from. Okay, so to answer that question right now, to anyone who's wondering where I get these lines from, I'm showing you right now. You can see my chart has absolutely nothing on it right now. And now you're going to start to see lines. You're going to start to see zones on it. So starting from up here, at the highest point, right? A top-down analysis starts from the highest point, from the top. That is our all-time high, just below 5,600 of gold, and we hit it on January 29. So if I draw like a trend, we've been drawing a trend from the all-time high. We hug the bodies is what I personally do. So if I'm hugging those bodies and I extend it all the way down, you can see we are still in an all-time high downtrend. We're approaching now very close to get to that trend line. Maybe this week, maybe going into this next week. So it is building up there, okay? Now, let's just continue looking for the most obvious points of interest, okay? So just from this big drop right there, I look for pivot points, okay? Wicks are important, but bodies are more important, okay? You see where it came down and then it came and closed right there. Then we have a bullish ignited daily candle open, and we also have a retest. So this location of 46.50, it's a very interesting daily point of interest. So you see, when I see something obvious, a point of interest, I'm interested in this point because this big bearish candle closed right there. It opened, ignited, and it already retested this location. Okay, so I got 3 points of interest there, and it also lines up with a nice psychological number, 46.50. So with all of those things check marked, that's a great area to put a line, and I use yellow for daily. And then I can see over here, like, look at this. Here's where it came down, and look at where it closed, right at that yellow line again. Next daily candle opened at that yellow line. Here you see blue volume close above the yellow line. Then you see when it came back down, there's a wick, a wick, a wick, and then look at where the volume closes, at the yellow line. This is when a black candle closes below the yellow line. Look at when it comes back up. It gets rejected at the yellow line. It's resistance. Then when it closes above the yellow line, you see how it acts as support at the yellow line. Then we're back below the yellow line. So the yellow line above us is daily resistance, 4650. We are nowhere near that right now because we're trading below 4200, but that's a point of interest. So what I do is I also add an alert on it. Okay, some of you guys maybe don't have access to adding alerts on TradingView because I believe the free version gives you a couple alerts, if I'm not mistaken. You might have to upgrade to get additional alerts, but it's worth it. Okay, because now I have an alert. It's got no expiry date. I can wait until gold gets up there. It might be next week, next month, next year, but whenever it gets up there, I will get alerted, and then I look for a high probable trade at that location. I could look to maybe sell off of it. If there's a rejection, next day opens bearish, maybe I'm selling with that pressure, right? And then you guys know, if you're trading with me, you guys know the possible options up there, okay? It could either come up, get rejected. It could be a fake out with a wick and then close back down. Then I'm selling. Or it could close above. And then if the volume closes above, then I use the yellow line as support to look for maybe a potential buy, okay? Now I'm just working my way down, right? And then here was another where they came, pushed down, filled that wick, and continued to drop all the way down to here and then come back up. Now there's bodies and bodies right there. So I can place another point of interest right here at 43.75. Look at the nice psychological number as well. And it's right at that body and that body, okay? And then you see right there, this was Friday, the first Friday of the month, June. That was NFP. And that's where it closed below. And since then, look, we're rejecting at the yellow line, and we're all the way down here with a lower high, okay? So this is another zone right here. See, there's bodies, and then also you can go backwards, look at the yellow line, and then you meet this point where there was 3 rejections in the past. So this was the previous all-time high of gold, where it had where it came up to 43.75, and you can see it when it got rejected right there. It got rejected. Right there. So now I draw my zone and I stretch it into the future. I can go back and look at the date. This was October of 2025. So you see there how it's a red zone. We stretch it into the future. There's the first closing blue candle above just before Christmas, December 22. That's when I changed the zone from red to green. Same zone, stretched into the future. There's where it broke. That was that liquidity grab coming right back up, closing above the green zone and continuing to push up. Now we continue to go across. There's the NFP day where it closed below. So when a candle confirms the volume closes below, I just switch the color of the zone. Then I see when it came the next 2 days in the red zone, sellers were there offering. Then I see the next 3 days when it came in there, wicks, and then continuing to get rejected. So this is a red zone above us. So if we break the all-time high trend, we could be coming right back into that red zone, and they push it down there, okay? So that's why I add another alert at 43.75 at that daily position, okay? Continuing to work our way down, right? So let's now look at, we've got a pivot. Where are your most obvious pivots? So this is where it comes down black, black, and then pivots right there. There's a body and a body. That's worth putting a yellow line right there. Looking at the number, 4,067, it's not a whole psychological number there, but you know, you're not always going to just get psychological numbers with points of interest, but that's a pivot. Now what I look at is I verify also. Look at how it was the neckline where it created the double bottom right there, and then look at where it closed above. So now 4,067 is basically representing our support now, okay? Do we have a double bottom? Now this is where I can maybe draw a zone right at the double bottom right here. There's a body, and then you see got a wick, a wick, a wick, a wick, and a wick. This is where I can draw now a potential green zone. The size of it, do I grab all those wicks? Do I grab a majority of the wicks? What do I do here? What you can do is grab a few of the wicks and go backwards, okay? You can go backwards now. See that? I just grabbed a few wicks. I don't know, should I grab that much? Should I grab this much? Should I grab that much? I'm going to grab that much, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to go backwards to verify if there's anything that I can utilize in previous price action. So over here, when I'm going backwards, 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 right there, I can go right up to those bodies, and I can see how it was also those bodies right there. So see how I have a body and a body and a body and a body? I just got to lift that green box just a tiny bit. Let me just grab it. See how I'm lifting it up now? And then see how I kind of matched it exactly with that body, and that body, and that body. And then that was the previous double bottom right there, holding at 39.25. That's where it came up. There's my zone. So when I'm looking where we're trading at today, you can still see we are still above that green zone, okay? Now we're coming up, okay? So there's a little bit of a bullish recovery. It's still in a downtrend, okay? Even this nice big bullish move, it's still lower highs and they're still pushing it down. We're still below the trend line, so it could further push down, right? But now we've got some resistance where? Above us. Look at here, okay? Is there bodies now that we can see right here? Here's where it kind of closed below. It came back up, impulse, push down, close right there. And then that's where the continued Tetris piece, push down, come down. Now look at where we're coming right back up to that yellow line, 40, just below 4,200, 4,190 and some change. Right there's 4,200 we had yesterday. So you can see how the sellers are still there. So, what I can do now is kind of consolidate this area right here. And there's another body to body. This was the double bottom. Here was the nice bullish daily candle last Thursday that pushed for a high and closed above, okay? So what I can do now is looking at for some daily points of interest where a daily bodies close and open. That's a great area to get started. Now I can see the daily volume from Friday, yesterday, and today is still consolidating in between these two yellow lines, okay? Can we follow yesterday's volume? Absolutely. I didn't trade with you guys yesterday. I was very sick, but whether you're in the markets or not, you still should analyze what's going on. Give yourself a refresher. So I can see where we opened, where we closed on Friday. Now we opened right there yesterday. It was initially bullish, so it was blue. Did the buyers do their job yesterday? They did. They filled that wick, the prior wick, and got it up to exactly 4,200 psychological level. And it's still lower than over here. So the sellers came in and pushed it right back down to the opening price. Then it was initially bearish yesterday, went down black right there. So did it engulf that ignited bar on Friday? No, it was a higher low. And then the buyers came right back in and closed it right there. So we have a bearish spin top on yesterday's volume. Lots of indecision between buyers and sellers. Sellers were strong and buyers were also strong, but it closed right near the open. Now, there was our close, and here's our open today. 4,163 right away on this yellow line. All right, today's opening balance. Today's open balance, okay? Just so everyone is clear what this yellow line is. Okay, this is today's opening balance. I'll make it a little larger so we can see there. Okay, and then was it initially bullish today when it opened? Yes, it was blue, came right up to there. There's our highest point of the day right there. We can see so far, right? This candle hasn't closed. So that's our highest point of the day so far at 4,180. You can still see we are below this wick. Yesterday, we're below it. So it's a lower high and pushing down. At this purple line, I will write, this is our high of the day. And we'll see if we come back up to the high of the day and break it, or if this is now established as the high of the day and it's a lower high. So you can see the offers come in, push all that blue opening volume down, flip the candle black, bearish, and then the sellers are in control today, pushing it down black. Did they push below yesterday's low? The answer is yes. I can see they came down. Did they break the opening balance of Friday? They actually did, because that wick is lower than there. So even when I draw a new purple line at my low of the day, I can see where it is. It's at 4,116, and it's below that yellow line, okay? But it's still a higher low coming up from this big bullish candle. So it's coming back up, and we're trading right here. So again, we're trading in this consolidated range. Can the buyers continue to bring it back up to the opening balance, the yellow line? Will the candle flip bullish and come back and fill the wick and drive? Or are the sellers, the black volume, going to come back down today and we're going to push down this wick? Or is it just going to trade inside here this afternoon, right? And then it might be just consolidating. You can see maybe a potential bullish flag right here, which could continue to build. Right now, we had buyers on Friday, we had buyers and sellers yesterday, and we got buyers and sellers today again, just accumulating. So we know that if buyers accumulate more out of this bull flag, that it could maybe potentially break, close there, maybe retest, then we're breaking the all-time high trend line, then we could be coming back up to that red zone, and we'll see what will happen there, because there was 5 big rejections there in the past. Sellers could also continue. You can see they're accumulating. They're pushing down. The overall trend is bearish. So the sellers could close it below there, come back in here. It's a red zone. And then we're pushing back down to come down to here, maybe potentially back down to there. Okay. But this is how it is trading currently at this time in the market. And we are just trading sideways right now. Okay. So what I'm going to do now is I'm moving to the hourly, okay, to figure out, like yesterday and today, this volume, do we have any hourly points of interest? Okay, so this is now how it looks on the hourly. These are 60-minute candles. So you can see there was the big hourly double bottom down in there starting last Wednesday, continued to push up, make a high, pull back into, like, when you can see what you got to look for, there's an hourly point of interest, right? You can see it's resistance. There's bodies right there. And then you can see how it acts as like support when it pulls back into there. Then we continue to drive. I'm just going up with this white line. If I was to cut this structural hourly bar, that was Thursday, 8 a.m., you can still see we're still holding above it. We haven't traded back into this. So it pulled back, shallow pullback, higher low, continue to drive. And this is how it was trading on Monday, right? I wasn't with you guys, but if you were trading on Monday, you can start to see, was there some hourly support? If we bring this white line back up to there was an hourly pivot right there. See where the body is? And you can see how it's literally cutting that candle Thursday, 8:20. That's futures market, 8 p.m. If you see, there's the pivot. Cut it in half. This is later, okay? You can clearly see that an hourly body closes there, an hourly body closes there. This was at 10 a.m. on Thursday. So if you just had that line there, and then you see all day Thursday it came back down, then it came back up at the end of the day, then the futures market closed above. So you see how that same white line at that pivot is the cut point of that blue candle. And then you see you had to wait multiple hours. If you had an alert waiting there, you see how the market came back down on Monday, 8 a.m. I wasn't trading with you guys, but if I was analyzing, I would have analyzed this. And then 10 a.m. cut through, look at all the volume stay above, and then it pushed right back up. That could have been a nice, you could have had a setup buy for 11 a.m. like when we would have started the call. If we did a post New York, there's noon, there's 1 p.m., and then there's 2 going into the close. Then it couldn't break above there. Then we came back down. Monday, futures market coming right back down. Then I see we hit the lowest point of the day was 1 a.m. Eastern. There's 2 a.m. There's pre-London, 3 a.m., 4 a.m., 5 a.m., 6 a.m. It's like a double bottom on the hourly. You can see it. It came down by one bottom. There's the neckline, the white line, double bottom, and then there's the big impulse breakout hourly candle. So now now we're following this hourly volume. It broke out 7 a.m. 8 a.m. is COMEX. Look at when it hit the highest point of the day, 9 a.m., right there, Wall Street. Came back down bearish, okay? Did not engulf that big blue bar, but closed below them 50%. And then look at when it came back up at 10 a.m. Blue, right at that yellow line. Daily point of interest, today's opening balance, right? And then today's opening balance now is the resistance where the sellers are, and then they continue to push it down for a new low all the way down there, came back up with the buyers, closed right there. Now we're opening our hourly session right now. At the start of the call, it was initially blue but still lower high, and now look at the sellers. They're continuing to fill that big wick and could potentially push down. So let's see if it gets down to the back down to this white line and see if there's a little bit of support here for a bounce. If the black candle closes below the white line, there might be further selling pressure to continue continue to push down, because we could make this white line the current resistance to push down, to come down all the way back down to the yellow line, or down into this daily point of interest, maybe the lowest point of the day. But you can see right here between the yellow and the purple line, there's a lot of hourly wicks in here. Like right here, you can see it was holding. If I stretch across, you can see it's still holding in there. So that's our hourly and daily and lowest point of the day. So if it comes all the way down in there, that could be a good potential area to maybe look for a buy. If it closes below there, then look at what we just have to break that, and it's dropping all the way down, okay? So I'm placing a alert at this white line. We'll probably get alerted at some time on this call if it gets down there. So right now, it's currently bearish, coming down. The last 3 hours, okay, is coming down. Now on the 5 minutes, let's take a look at what's going on. So the 5 minutes, we had very nice bullish momentum coming out at 6 a.m., continuing 7 a.m., 8 a.m., 820 is Colmex here, pretty shitty Colmex market. 820, look at sideways, then it broke out again at 9 a.m., came back down. Shitty volume to trade. And then 920, there's 930. This is Wall Street, came up. There's our highest points of the day. So you can see our highest points of the day. There's 1, 2, 3. I can see 4 rejection wicks on the 5 minutes. So there's a little 5-minute red zone. You see what I'm doing? I'm utilizing the highest point of the day, the purple line. I see a wick, a wick, and a wick. So that's a red zone on the 5 minutes. Stretch it into the future. So if it ever comes back all the way back up, let's say it comes back up, that could be, again, a double top where they reject it back down, okay? So far you can see we're nowhere near that. We're below the yellow line. There's a 5-minute zone right here. Here's the yellow line, daily point of interest, right? And then I can see there's just a wick and bodies right here. So I have another red zone at the daily yellow line, today's opening balance. And you see, I can go all the way right back down to those bodies. There's a rejection and a red zone right there, okay? Before we come all the way up to this highest point of the day, look at the block right here that is established in the market, okay? So now on the 5 minutes, let's see if it bleeds all the way out to our hourly support, and we'll see. Maybe will there be a bounce by there, or is it going to continue to push down? Okay, we're not there yet. You can see it's now on the 5 minutes. We're holding a little bit of support right here. Okay, so maybe some of you guys are in a buy. Maybe some of you guys are still holding buys from earlier, and maybe this will be a higher low and continue to go up. Maybe some of you guys bought these type of bounces and now you're in just a little bit of drawdown. I understand. Maybe some of you guys have been selling from the highest point of the day, or you sold right here, or you're selling right here. Okay, I can see that as well. Okay, I'm not in a trade right now. I'm going to continue to see if maybe it touches this white line, because this white line is stronger than just trading right here in the market. This is just a 5-minute support. This is more of an hourly support. Then I can see how 5-minute candles have been trading at this white line in the past. There was a clear breakout and fake out, and it came back down and pushed down. Then it came back up to that white line. You can see how it's kind of resistance again, and then push back down. There it was resistance again, push back down, but you see how it's making higher lows, higher lows, higher lows, and then closed above it, okay? So there was our first 5-minute closing candle above it, and you see how the white line is cutting it in half. That was at 7:15 this morning. So we have not retraced back in there. So we might come in here. This could be a potential buying opportunity if it gets down there, okay? I'm just going to add some indicators on my chart now. Normally I can just leave it like this with just the price action and follow my lines, but it's also nice to add some indicators to help you out. We are below this green line is the 9 EMA some of you guys use. So we are currently below it. So short term, it is below the 9 EMA. It is bearish if we're below this. If we can get some blue volume closing back above it and utilizing the green line as support, could be a supporting trend line, but we're below it right now. You can see the majority of the morning we were above it and now we're below it. The 200 EMA is more of the higher time frame, and you can see we're at it again right now. So now this is where the 9 and the 200 are meeting. Here's where we diverged over. Look at where the 9 crossed above the 200 EMA. This is what it's called a golden crossover, and that signals a bullish signal. And you can see how the volume corresponded after the 9 crossed above the 200, where it was below it. Now we may see a death cross or a bearish crossover, where the 9 crosses below the 200 and it continues to push down, okay? But sometimes when these 9 and these 200 get together, they sometimes are parallel with each other. Then we get some choppy trading, okay? So we have to be careful here as well. But we are getting a bearish signal from our indicators if this 9 can continue to cross below the 200 and push back down. But we also need confirmation with candlesticks to continue to make new lows and lower highs and push down. Maybe we need to see big structural black candle break through here. Maybe we can base a trade off of that on a pullback retracement, right? But we could easily build some support, and then the blue volume closes above the 200 and the 9, build some support, and then continues come back up, and then it's a false crossover, okay? Indicators do that. They do give false signals, right? That's why I don't just trade off of an indicator, because a lot of times they do give false signals. I utilize indicators to complement my price action, okay? And then finally, we can add the SST daily bar indicator. We can put this on any time frame which is above a 5-minute. I can put this on a 10-minute. I can put it on the 15-minute, 25-minute, 30-minute, 45-minute, 1 hour, 2 hour, 3 hour, 4 hour, daily, weekly, monthly, whatever I'd like to complement my 5 minutes with and see what the overall higher time frame is. If I leave it on the daily right now, then I can see my opening balance was initially bullish, and then it came back down, and I can see it came all the way down to the lowest point of the day, and now it's coming right back up, and this is where we're trading at right now. So the daily has bearish volume. Can it continue to push down? Potentially. Do we have maybe a potential bearish crossover? Potentially. If you want it on the daily, you can leave it on the daily. Some of you guys like it on the hourly. You can put it on the hourly. Some of you guys like it maybe 15 minutes to complement the 5s. It's all depends on whatever time frame you prefer looking. So you don't have to flip-flop. Main thing is, so I don't have to flip-flop and go to, I can just have it right beside me and just verify if you go with the higher time frames, okay? So that's our analysis on gold. Sorry guys, welcome everybody in Zoom. I apologize. Justin, welcome. Tulumi, thank you for joining. Sergio, welcome. Tony Gold, welcome. Krina, welcome. Shay, good day. Thank you. I appreciate you. Oh, Tulumi, alerts last only a day unless you're on the higher plan. I didn't know that because obviously I'm on the higher plan, but I didn't know that, okay? But if you're not, then you got to just do a quick 5-10 minute top-down analysis and add some alerts, okay? And it also gives you an incentive to upgrade the plan so that you can have them without an expiry date, so you don't have to continue to do that, okay? Just wait. TradingView always does those 80% off promotions. One should be coming up very, very soon. There was one that just happened. We always let you guys know whenever there is one. Whenever they have that 80% off, that's the time I highly recommend you guys upgrade. If you are taking your trading a little serious, and you want that, it's worth it. It's an investment in yourself. You need a good trading platform where you can chart, add alerts, do those things, okay? And everyone on YouTube, thank you for joining. Good day, guys. From the top, Nino, CS369, welcome, good morning. Thanks for joining. SPT, Tayab, welcome. Thank you for joining. Sanity, thank you for joining, brother. And Jay Frozy, welcome, guys. Sergio, thank you for joining as well on YouTube. I appreciate you, bro. Welcome, guys. Okay, and guys, we do have a big World Cup game coming up very, very soon. In the next 20 minutes, Argentina. Argentina and Egypt will be starting, and then the game later at 4 will be Switzerland and Colombia. And some wild games, guys. Some wild games in World Cup. Um, Donald Trump is even getting involved in getting red cards taken away. He has that much power. He can manipulate the financial markets, and he can also manipulate FIFA by getting red cards taken away. So that's how much power he has. Okay, but congrats to Belgium. They looked unbelievable last night too. Norway, congrats to them. It's a good tournament. That Mexico-England game Sunday night at the Azteca Stadium, that was an unbelievable game. Awesome, guys. It's been a great World Cup so far. But now the real teams will shine. There's some underdogs. There's some dark horses out there. Morocco. You know, everyone's been sleeping on Morocco. They got a solid team. Cape Verde almost beat Argentina, gave them a little scare. That would have been the biggest upset probably in World Cup history. A nation of 400 or 500,000 people beating probably one of the best team in the entire world. I'll stop talking about World Cup. We got to talk about candles here. Good morning, Daniela. Welcome. Thank you for joining. Yeah, England and Norway. That's going to be an awesome game. Okay, guys. So right now in the 5 minutes, you can see we got some really, really tight consolidation right through here. Just want to make a point here. As sometimes when we trade these post New York sessions, we don't get necessarily the best volume to trade. Sometimes the best volume to trade gold is early in the morning here, starting off at 7, going into 8 a.m. Then you got your COMEX market open at 8:20. And sometimes when we come at this time, we get some very choppy trading. But we still got to be patient. We got to be disciplined. Are we going to do a top-down to Lumi on Dow Jones? Yes, absolutely, we will. Just give me a moment here. I just want to see if volume, what it will do here, and then I'll do a quick top-down on Dow, and then we'll have both charts where we can flip-flop between both of them. Okay, so it looks like we found some initial support right here. It's coming back up. Okay, we're trading into about 50% of that black candle right there. So let's see if the buyers can potentially close above the 200, above the 90 EMA, maybe above 50% of that. This looks like one bottom so far, right? So it came down. We've got one bottom coming back up. So now we're going to figure out where the neckline is. So the neckline right here, will it be at these bodies right here? Like potentially if it comes up, then will it get rejected back down? We're looking for maybe a potential second bottom is stronger. Maybe we'll break, grab liquidity down. But then if we see a double bottom, then we could potentially come back up higher. But right now we got to figure out what is going on right here. And the time, it's 11:42. So we're going to get a new 15-minute candle also in the next 2.5 minutes. So that, good afternoon. Thank you. I'm feeling a little bit better than yesterday, but still not 100%, but a little bit better. Last night you felt bad because of Portugal's result. Yeah, that was a tough game. Am I looking to take a position or a trade today? Yes, always I'm looking. If there's a suitable setup, I will take a trade with proper risk management, as always. Are we a trade signal group? We do offer signals right over here in our Discord. I can show you right here real quick. Right over here on the left side of the chart, you can see our signals. Here was one on gold running 120 pips. It was so yes, we do have signals for gold, for index over here. Here was a nice big sell on NASDAQ. Okay, so with full trade management, with full remarks regarding, we don't just give you a chart and hope you do the best. We actually educate on what's going on, where to look for longs, where to look for shorts, when it's running, to remind you guys, maybe bring your stop loss to a break even, reminders to maybe take some profit out by taking partials, reminders that maybe it didn't close at the level and we're waiting. You know, it's not easy to do signals, guys, but we try our best here. And Dave also is doing as much as he can also with the live trading with the group. So it's but we do offer signals and trade ideas if that's what you're into. And also when we come on these live calls as well, we're looking to live trade, but I'm not just live trading any candle, okay? I'm waiting for a potential setup. We sometimes on these calls we wait 2 hours and we don't get a setup. I don't control the volume, okay? The volume does what it wants to do. But we're not just like a channel that just comes on here and talks about World Cup and about analysis. We come on here to trade. But in the meantime, when we're waiting, we got to fill in some entertainment and talk about something. Okay, we can't just talk about my hair all day. I know I have lovely hair and you guys are liking the hair, but we got to talk about other things other than my hair all day. I'm only kidding, guys. Relax. But what if I can ask you guys, while you have some time, while we're waiting, if you guys can hit the like button, help boost the channel, that really does help us, and subscribe if you're not subscribed. Okay. And look now, okay, so maybe you bought on impulse. I know it happens. Sometimes I take buys too on impulse, but you see why I was waiting for volume to close. A new 15-minute candle is opening. We're trading right at 50% of that black candle. It did impulsively break up there, but did not get up to this opening balance, right? And then sellers came back in and rejected right there. And now we're opening up at a new 15-minute candle at 11:45. It was blue. It was bullish, bullish, bullish. Did it fill that wick? Not yet. Then it rejected back down. So this could be potentially where our neckline is forming, and it could come back down. So remember what I was saying? Maybe a second leg, a second attempt, a second bottom down here. See, now it's a shooting star candle coming down. Okay, because we're still, if you're buying, you're still trading into the selling pressure. You're still counter trading. And now it's coming down. So the point of trading, guys, is not just to rush and take trades, okay? I know as much as you guys push me on YouTube just to take trades, you got to exercise a little bit of patience, okay? Because we could have bought that and we'd be in drawdown right now, okay? So no one on YouTube says, Ron, wow, good patience. That's good. Good for waiting. Now maybe we can start to see a neckline. We can maybe potentially see if it's going to form a second bottom. Okay, now it's coming down. But it could also break this, fill those wicks or small wicks, and continue to go down, right? Or it's going to fight inside here. It's still consolidating. See, now the wick coming right back up with buyers. And we're still right at this 9 and this 200 EMA fighting here, sideways. Buyers and sellers, buyers and sellers. I'm going to just take a look at my spreads, guys. Okay, I got good spread, 0.5. I get this question asked a lot. Ron, what broker do you use? Do you use a prop firm? Right now, I'm trading with my own live money, and I use Fusion Markets Broker. I'm not a spokesperson for them. I'm not affiliated with them, but that's who I use. They're based out of Australia. They're a great broker, but unfortunately, if you live in the United States, they're not regulated with the United States. Also, if you live where I live in Ontario, Canada, any other province in Canada can use Fusion markets except for Ontario, Canada. So I've been grandfathered in with Fusion for over a decade, and if I was to cancel it anytime, I would not be able to open up this account ever again with them. So I'm grandfathered in with them from back in the day, and I will never, ever, ever cancel this broker because it's got really good spreads, really good fills, really good executions, payouts. It's one of the top brokers, and I'm not just saying this. I'm not paid by them. I don't really care. Just showing you guys they're good brokers. Fusion in UK, yeah, you can use Fusion in UK, Daniela. Yep, we've got Scotty that uses it, and other snipers in UK that use Fusion. Mahidi, what about FTMO in Ontario? FTMO is a prop firm, yeah, and you can use them in Ontario. They're based out of Prague, Czech Republic, and but in Ontario you can use them. Mohammed, you changed to Fusion and it's really good. Good, yeah, I'm telling you guys, it's really, really good. Check them out. If you haven't, check them out. If you can let them know that Stock Sniper Trading sent you to them, then maybe they'll give us a call and maybe they'll help us out. Okay, so you see now the big bearish candle. So to all those buyers with ants in your pants, if you bought, that's a big black candle, okay? From the highs to where it's trading right now, that's a 60 pip candle. Some of you guys are panicking if you're in drawdown for 60 pips or you're over leveraged or you've blown up an account, okay? And look at now. Look at the body. It closed below those wicks, okay? So it's technically still bearish. So even if I was to cut that black candle in half, even if it comes up blue, 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 right into 50%, now you see the 9 has crossed below the 200 and could start to really start to push down, okay? So maybe I got to wait for it to come back in and maybe sell it back down. But when it sells, I really have to watch this white line, okay? So if you're selling or anyone is selling, if it comes down an additional 50 pips to that white line, that's where you got to be careful. Because look over here. This is what caused that big bullish move right there earlier this morning, right there, right at that white line, that bullish candle. So if I make it green and I stretch it into the future right there, that's where you got to understand that's hourly support, and we're trading right back into that big bullish candle that has not been retested. So now that it's coming down, that, remember what I was saying, could be a much better buying opportunity than just buying this, because this is an hourly point of interest. Here we were just trading in a 5-minute no man's land. Okay. And if you bought on that leg up, I understand. But you see what I mean? That's why I was waiting for a second bottom. But that candle that closed below at 11:45 officially closed below. So it can't be a double bottom right now. It closed below, retesting, and still bearish coming down. If we look at the RSI is this really silly indicator. RSI is sitting at 37. So we're not even at an oversold condition. So this could still continue to bleed and sell through here. I'll get to Dow Jones, guys. I'll get to Dow. But just want to let you guys know what's going on here. Is anybody in a trade right now? Justin, my white line is the POC on volume indicator. Oh, nice. See how it, like I didn't even know that, Justin. I just did it with looking at the hourly support resistance and a point of interest, and that was my point of interest. So if it lines up with the POC, that would be a potential, maybe a nice buying opportunity if it gets down there. It might not, right? It might just build above it. That's why I'm waiting there with an alert. Doesn't mean I'm going to buy blindly if it just comes down here, but that's a better potential buying opportunity than just buying inside here. Some of you guys are already in buys. But just remember, when you're buying right now, you're still counter trading. Okay, there was buyers here, they pushed them down. There was buyers here that came up with a big wick, they got pushed down. There was these 3 bullish bars, and then that one like staircases going up, and an elevator coming right back down. And you can see when it came up blue, we're still below 50% retail, and it can continue to push down. Okay, so if you are buying, you're counter trading, just to let everyone know. If you're selling with the current trend. Who's going to win, guys? Argentina or Egypt? Starting right now in about 5 minutes. Mohamed Salah versus Messi. Who you guys got? Papa, you sound not well. Are you sick? Yes. I was very, very, very sick yesterday. I had no voice. I had flu. I was in no, sorry guys, that's why I canceled yesterday. I was very, very sick, but I'm feeling a little bit better right now, but not 100%, but better. Okay, now we came down black all the way down to this interest point, okay? Now we're down there. It's closing right now. We have a new hourly candle opening in 5 minutes, okay? So let's see if anything fishy or any clue happens here and going into the new hour at noon. So we've done a full retracement, okay? From where it started right here at 7:15, this big bullish move. And then when it hit the highest point today, we're coming all the way down. Now what we got to watch for is, are the sellers going to be closing below this and use this as resistance to continue push down a little further? Or are we going to get like a black candle come down with a big wick coming back in, going into the new hour? Now it's pushing, okay? So this is an impulse break. So technically for sellers, they need to target these lows right here, right? At 4,132. Did you see I just got an alert on my chart that it just hit that white line? So you see how I got an alert, okay? That doesn't mean I just trade blindly. Now I got to watch. I got to decide, am I going to trade this candle or the next candle? What time is it, okay? Is it like 11:35? Is it 11:43? What time is it? No, it's 11:56, almost 57. So I know that we're going into a new hour in just a couple minutes, okay? So maybe it's best to hold off taking a buy or sell right now, and let's just wait for the new hour. CS, do I know that FIFA is rigged? Yeah, I know that FIFA is corrupt. Just like the financial markets, FIFA is corrupt as well. Are they setting it up for Messi to win? Potentially, yeah. You can see how corrupt it is when Donald Trump, a president, can go in, get involved and bring politics into FIFA, into a World Cup, and get a red card taken away. First time since 1962 we've seen that. Yes, FIFA is corrupt. Basically, everything is corrupt these days. Everything. All of your politicians are corrupt. Your government is corrupt. And I'm saying this, wherever you live around the world, I live in Canada, my government is corrupt, my politicians are corrupt. So it's basically across the board, wherever we live, everybody across the world, there's a whole bunch of corruption. And they're making a shit ton of money off of all this corruption. And you and I are struggling to make ends meet. And the corruption just happens. What about India? India's corrupt. What do you want me to tell you? Everywhere around the world is corrupt. If you think India is not corrupt, you got a lot to grow. You got a lot to grow up. Canada, where I live, is corrupt. Okay, maybe the only thing that's not corrupt is SST. And if you believe that your country is not corrupt or your politicians are not corrupt, you need to wake up. You need to wake up, smell some roses, smell some coffee. You need to wake up. Stop being naive. They don't give a shit about you. They don't give a shit about us. They'll use us and abuse us as much as they can. As long as they're lining their pockets, they don't give a shit about you. They don't care about your struggles. Politicians, I'm saying, not the people of the countries, okay? So understand what I'm saying. Politicians, political figures, not the actual people. I'm not saying Indians are corrupt. I'm saying the government of India, the politicians of India. Okay, I love Indians. I'm Paji. Thank you. Cold. India is very, very, very corrupt. I'm from India. Thank you. I appreciate you. I'm not saying Indians are corrupt. I'm saying governments. I'm not saying all Canadians are corrupt. I'm saying Canadian politics is corrupt. I'm not saying Americans are corrupt. I'm saying Donald Trump and the politicians are corrupt. I'm not saying the Messi or Ronaldo are corrupt. I'm saying FIFA is corrupt. Okay, now that we got corruption out of the way, let's see if this candle is going to be a corrupt candle or it's going to be a legit candle. So we broke and it's closing right here. 20 seconds. Let's see. Will it open blue in the next hour? Okay, and come up again. Even if we're looking for buys, we are still counter trading. Okay. Maybe we need to see a double bottom or some liquidity grab produced right here. Okay, now we're moving into noon. Okay, so it closed strong on the close, and now it's coming back down. So are we going to build a little bit of support here at this white line, green block area? Okay, now it's coming back down black again. So we got to watch. Are we going to see a higher low? Is it going to hold, or is the black volume going to continue to fill that wick and drop for a new low, or are we building? So it's black coming down. Now let's watch into the see. I'm going to zoom in, okay? So hopefully everyone can see here. This is the new hourly candle starting at noon right now. So it came right back down to that white line, holding so far. That's a higher low from that wick. So we got to see, are we going to flip this volume and then come back up blue? Is it going to be a little flag, continue pushing down? Will this black candle close below this green zone and continue pushing down? Or are we going to hold a little bit of support here? Sellers are very strong right now. I agree. They're very, very strong right now. Okay, so it's still holding a good wick at some support there. Okay, so it's holding still. We're in the first 90 seconds of this 5-minute candle. Remember, if it wants to trade up and it wants to trade into 50% of this black candle, and then to bypass that, wants to get right back up to that opening position to 142, 4,142 of this black candle right there. And Argentina and Egypt just started right now. Okay, so it's got a nice bullish candle. We found a little bit of a bottom right there. Okay, some of you guys maybe bought this. You're in the money right now. But again, it could be just like this. It could just come up blue, 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 and then go back down. So remember, this is the first bottom. A double bottom is stronger. Got to see. How high will it go? Will it get up to here? Is it trading right into 50% of that black candle, like right there? So again, this is the first 5 minute of an hourly candle. Papa, I said that last week we were gonna show 1 minute scalping trick on tips and with Miss Jones. Yeah, I said that, and it's still just Tuesday, so we'll do it one day this week. Maybe we'll leave it for the Friday. We'll have a fun Friday session. Gold edges down as Middle East tensions propel oil prices higher. Fed minutes awaited. Okay, so that's just some news coming out. So we have this spin top, bullish spin top, closing in 1 minute. Okay, so we're still below 50% of that black candle. We still have not came up to the opening position of that black candle at 1150. And now we got this spin top inside here. Okay, so here's the close now in 10 seconds. And you can see where the 5 minute volume is now basically consolidating right in here. So it opened blue, but it did not fill that wick. It's getting rejected, so it's black now. So you guys know the drill. Are we going to trade into 50% of this blue candle? If not, we got to come back down to the opening price. Okay, so right now it's trading into 50%, still holding. It could come back up and flip blue and take off. Okay, so I'm going to buy this because it already retested. I'm going to buy to see if we can get back up to the opening position of that black candle. Okay, so number one, we got to get back up to the opening position. I'm in a buy. I got in a buy on that retest where it filled right back up. So now we're trading at the opening balance. Okay, I'm not just doing this for just a quick 15 pip scalp. So we want to fill that wick, get it up to that wick, and then that would be about 30 pips. Okay, that's not my stop loss down there. That's just the suggested when you open this thing up. I'm going to have a tight stop loss because it's already up 25 pips. I'm going right here with my stop loss. Okay, right here. My stop loss is just below that bullish candle, up 30 pips. Should be even almost at a break even, but we'll see. I'm going to follow this volume into the close. I'd like to see maybe if it's got enough legs to get back up to 50% of that black candle. Then we got a good move. That's about 40 pips. Okay. So see, when it opened, it was black, 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 came right into 50% of that blue candle and then flipped. And then I went right in because it's doing its job. It's filling the wick. So it filled the wick and it's doing an impulse, continuing to break up. But I'm still counter trading. That's why you see I'm reducing my risk because it could easily come back down black, 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 and then be a double bottom there. But that's what I don't want my stop loss there. I don't want to lose money. Okay. So I'm going to go to a break even. Okay. This has been my first trade today. So I don't want any risk in it. I still want to watch what's going on because I'm still counter trading. So now it's got a wick. I'm at a break even, just making verbal to everybody. I'm at a break even now. Okay. It went up 30 up to 35 pips and I'm at a break even. So worst case, it comes all the way back down and it's a break even. Just I lose on the commission. But that's why I like to personally pip and dip. I like to personally pip and dip. Grab 20, 30, 40 pips, maybe close out 80%. I didn't have enough time to do it here because I was moving my stop loss to break even, but that's traditionally what I like to do, especially counter trading. Okay, so now we got 2 more minutes. I'll let you guys know as soon as I get stopped out at break even. It's almost at my break even. It's not there yet. I'm at 41.39. Okay, so I'm still in it. Hasn't got me yet. And some of you guys want trades, but some of you guys will say that that trade is too fast. It's too fast. You know, I can't help that. That's not my issue. I'm still holding it. I have a different level than this on my Fusion broker. There I got tapped out. So there I got taken out. Okay, so you see it's a break-even trade. BE. I didn't win. I didn't lose. But you see now, see it get rejected. So now if it comes all the way back down, I could go back in on a double bottom, right? On a bigger move here. Or it could continue to build. I could go right back in. But now when I'm reviewing this, like you got to journal a trade. I'm trying to walk you guys through it. So I took a trade. I didn't win. I didn't lose. It was a break even. However, it was in 35 pips of profit with zero drawdown originally. So I write this in my journal and say, what could I have done anything? What could I have done on this trade? Maybe someone said, why did you go to break even? You could have kept your stop loss. Yeah, you could have. Some of you guys maybe are still using a stop loss in this. Could I have taken money out? Absolutely, I could have. Okay, so now if it comes back up blue, you have a massive wick to fill. So now they've rejected it all the way back down and we're trading back in here. So now it's coming back down. Okay, so we got to watch. Double bottom is stronger down in here. Will it build back up? Now I'm going to wait for blue volume to close above there. Did anybody understand my buy there or no? See, that's sometimes when I take a fast live trade, no one understands what I'm doing. You're begging for a trade, I take it, and then some people don't understand what's going on. I'm controlling my risk because I know that some of you guys gamble. I know that some of you guys are over leveragers. I know that some of you guys do not understand risk management. I'm not stupid. I've been doing this for 6 years, okay? But that helps me stay sane on these calls. When anything goes up 30 to 40 pips, that's up to you if you want to go to a break even or not, okay? I'm going to a break even, which I did, and it came back down. So now I'm faulting myself. Why didn't I take out some money when we were breaking that high right there? You live and learn. And then let that be a rule to counter traders. You see, I'm counter trading. When I took that buy, I'm counter trading. I still respect the sellers above me. I didn't expect that blue candle to go all the way up to this red box and go for 200 or 300 pips. Okay, remember there's levels. We got to fill that wick, which we did, but we're still below 50% of that big black candle. That's where those big sellers came in. Okay, I can even draw now a red zone to show you at the 50% right down to those two wicks. That's where our 5-minute sellers are offering, right there. Okay, so now we've established where our bigger neckline is. It's all the way up here now. So we continue to wait. Did I win money? No. Did I lose money? No. That's what a break even is. So now I'm ready to maybe potentially take another trade. No win, no loss. However, I could have taken some money out. I didn't. Stupid me. That's what I'm saying. If you, and a lot of you guys are inspired to be scalpers on the 1 minute. Some of you guys are saying, Ron, are we going to do 1 minute on the Dow? Guys, if that was a 1 minute scalp, I would have been pipped and dipped a long time ago. So that's why I'm saying you need a broker that doesn't play Mickey Mouse games with you. That when you go in a buy and you're filled right away. because there's slippage involved in scalping. Do you guys understand that? Maybe I'm just speaking to myself here on this call. A lot of you guys don't understand that. You cannot scalp if you have 2.5 pip spread, and when you hit a buy, there's like a 5-second delay before the broker fills you. Before you know it, I could be saying I'm getting out and I'm in profit of 20 pips, and you're still in drawdown when you're taking the buy and you have no idea what's going on. So that's why I don't like scalping 1 minute. It's not because I like scalping 1 minute. I love scalping 1 minute. That's all I do. But some of you guys do not have the appropriate broker to complement scalping strategies. You guys need to learn this. I don't know how else to say this. If you've got a shitty broker, let me say it in English. If you have a shitty broker, do not scalp the markets on 1 minute. Okay? That's English right there. If you have a shitty broker with shitty fills, with shitty spreads, then scalping is not for you. Okay? Maybe you love scalping, but you have to figure out a broker that complements scalping strategies. That was a 5-minute move, okay? You had more than enough time to execute on 5 minutes. If that was 1 minute, you see, here it is, right there. That was the 1 minute where I bought, and then the next 1 minute came up. That's it, 2-minute trade. And then you see how it quickly comes right back down. Don't disrespect your brokers? Okay, I won't disrespect your brokers. You can continue to trade and respect your shitty brokers. That's on you. I don't care. That's your money. If you want to stick up for a shitty broker, go ahead. You can be their spokesperson. You're literally saying that you have a shitty broker and don't disrespect them. Good. Go trade with them. Then don't come to me later saying, oh man, I'm losing money. Well, you're trading with a shitty broker. What do you want me to do? That's part of your education and learning to trade, is figuring out a broker. We get this all the time, okay? It's not the first time. Dave and I, if I show you how many emails we get a day of random people telling us how much money they're losing, and then they're using this broker no one on the planet has ever heard of, and they're unregulated, and then they're wondering why they're losing money. Oh shit. I look like Zoran Mamdani. Get the fuck out of here. What is that? Is that a diss, or are you being oh my god. You guys are killing me today. Is that a compliment or is that a diss? Oh man. You're making me look like a democratic socialist now. He is your mayor. You should be proud. Why should I feel proud? I don't live in New York. Egypt just scored. Oh my god. I'm not American. I don't know too much about Mamdani. But hopefully for New York, he's doing good for you guys. Wow, Egypt just scored, guys. Do we have an upset in the making right here? Let's see this goal. Onside. Wow, what a header. That's a really nice goal. Congratulations, Egypt. 1-0 in the 15th minute. Wow. What a header. Is anyone watching the game? Nice header. Egypt and Morocco are for real. Like, these teams are good. They don't stop. They're relentless. Wait, they're going to score again here. Okay, but 12 p.m. switched momentum here. Had I wished I'm still in this buy, do I wish maybe I didn't go to a break even so fast? Do I wish I kept my stop loss below that bullish candle? Yes, 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 and yes. But now that I'm out of the trade, do I just buy at the highest point again because I'm FOMOing? No, I got to continue to wait for maybe that pullback. Okay. Maybe some of you guys are still in the buy. I don't know. You don't have to copy exactly what I do. That was a good opportunity at this hourly level. Justin even said it was the point of control on the volume profile, which is good. See how the volume came down to the hourly. Look at now how it broke at 11:55, came back and closed and retested at noon. Okay, so we've got now blue volume coming back up. Is it filling that prior wick, potentially creating a new high? So any pullbacks back down to this red line or inside here could be potential buys, right? If we pull back in. Right now it's making the bottom, V recovery coming through. Do I wish I held? Yes. Yes, guys, okay? Believe me, I wish I still held. I wish I didn't go to a break even. All of the woulda, shoulda, couldas. That's understandable. But the trade is done. What happened, happened. Now I got to look for either a pullback here to wait for it to come back down or a double bottom, right? It's nowhere near that. So do I just buy now at the neckline? It could continue to extend out, but I'm buying without a pullback, right? So then I know that it could just be a move that comes up just a little bit, maybe test these bodies right over here, and then gets rejected back down. And that's where that 200 EMA is. It's hard to focus with the game on. Oh no, are they calling a penalty shot here? I think they got a penalty. Argentina penalty shot. Yep. I think it's a clear penalty. It's hard to focus on trading when you got the Argentina-Egypt game right on. Onside. And he's tripped in the box. That's a penalty, guys. You can't dispute that. Made no attempt at the ball and just tripped him. What do you guys think? Penalty or no penalty? Okay, so you see what I mean? If you bought that blue candle just coming out, you're in drawdown right now, okay? So this is where our true neckline could be. Maybe we'll see. Will it come down? Or are we going to consolidate now above here? Find a flag right here. See, to the body, to right here, to the zone. Maybe another flag right here. No penalty, country? I think it's a penalty. Messy. You think this man has a lot of pressure on him on this penalty kick? Missed it. Save. Wow. What a save. Lots of pressure on him. I think he rushed it. Holy, the game's getting out of hand now. They might start fighting here. Tempers are going to flare. Man, this is a great game. I forgot we're trading here too. Wow. Mohamed Salah is going to win today? I hope so. I like to see upsets. I like to see upsets. I root always for the underdog. What kind of goat missed the penalty? It happens, guys. It happens. He's a human. There's a lot of pressure. I think he rushed it, in my opinion. He rushed it. He went too fast. If he took an extra, if Messi was patient and he took 2 extra seconds, I think he would have scored. He rushed it. And the goalie read him perfectly. Yeah, our legend Ronaldo lost yesterday. The ongoing debate: who is the GOAT, Messi or Ronaldo? that could start wars on this call. I'm gonna stay neutral. I'm not putting. I don't want you guys to hate me. I'll stay neutral on that topic. You guys decide who is the greatest of all time, Messi or Ronaldo. I'll go old school. I'll stay neutral. I'll go with Zlatan Ibrahimovic. he's an amazing commentator. He's funny as shit. I'll go with him. I'll stay out of your guys' debate. I'll go with Zlatan Ibrahimovic, the Bosnian bomber. I'll stay out of your guys' debate. I'll stay neutral. Okay, so we're closing above. It's bullish, guys. Wow, man, that was a good hourly return. Okay, I'm upset with myself that I went to a break even too fast. So learn from my mistakes. Okay, learn from my mistakes. I went to a break even too fast. Remember, it went up on that big blue candle right there, and then I took my stop loss to break even. Originally I was gonna keep it right below that body. Shoulda, woulda, coulda. It's my first trading day of the week. I made a critical error on my part there. And I regret it now. Can you take a long entry right now? I would wait for a pullback. Okay. Do you guys understand that? Like, you got to stop the habit of just buying highs or FOMO trading. I can't stress this enough to you guys. Okay. I'm waiting for a pullback by myself. Do I want to buy this? Yes. But it could go in. That could be the leg that comes down and then you're sitting in severe drawdown, right? It's a risky trade up there. You can take it, and yes, the momentum can continue, but you might be learning bad habits when you're doing that. The market could reward you, and then you're going to think, oh my God, this is amazing. I should always be buying highs on a downtrend. And when you do that, on another day, it will be big and black. Then you're going to be in drawdown. And then you're going to ask yourself, why did I buy that? Why didn't I wait for a pullback? So you have to come up with the conclusion right now. Decide what you're going to do. You're either going to buy the FOMO breakout right now, or you're going to wait for a pullback. And if it continues to go higher, you just got to let the market go. There's nothing you can do. Okay. Maybe even after this call, like, see what I'm doing? I'm continuing to put this red line right there, maybe cutting that blue candle half, and I'll place an alert there. I can still watch the football game. And if it comes back down, I could potentially look for a trade right there. It's up to you. Okay. I've learned my lessons trading in the past with always buying the highs or selling the lowest points. And then I'm in drawdown. Okay. And I've come up with my own rules that I no longer want to trade like that. And yes, the market has rewarded me sometimes for doing that, but the majority of the time I wasn't consistent trading like that. And then there was days where I would give all my profit back by just trading. So there's going to be a pullback. Okay, there is. I don't know when, but right now we're trading into a zone where there's a wick, a wick, a wick, and a wick. So we're at a area where here were 2 wicks, this area right here. This is where it could potentially get rejected back down. I'm just going to clean up my charts here. They're getting a little noisy. NASDAQ is making a move. US30. Do you want me to do a quick little 5-minute top down on US30 real quick? Let's do it. Let's do it real fast. We've got about 30 more minutes on the call. Let's do top down on US30. Okay, so today it hit a new all-time high. Okay, just this obvious point, there was resistance. That's a supporting zone. Dow is not there yet, so nowhere to. I'm going to go more just top down right up here. Okay, so we're going to go right into this. I don't need to do all this down here. Okay, so number one, we hit a new all-time high today. Orange line. What's the number? Is it a psychological number? We hit 53,350, 360. Okay. Do we have any other points of interest? Right there. I would cut this big bullish candle. That was Thursday, July 2nd. Cut it in half, right? And let's now just go with where we have a body, and a body right now, right here. Okay. So let's follow Friday. Okay. Friday was bearish, came down, picked up higher low, came up, closed with an all-time high. Then we opened. Okay. So today, we opened and it was initially bullish, Dow Jones. It came up blue, 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 all-time high. That's our highest point, got rejected, come back down to the opening. And then you see the sellers took control today where they dropped it below the opening of Friday, but did not do their job filling Friday's low, okay? So we have a low of the day already in place right here, purple line. And it's coming right back up right now, coming right back up, okay? But see, it's barcoding, it's blue. Black, okay, could come up a little bit and go back down black. We'll see what it will do. Okay, so I'm just gonna, and also highlight Friday's low just in case it does continue to creep down there. Okay, now I'm just going right into the hourly real quick, really fast, hourly. Okay, so it was building up, building up, building up, and then look at where it dropped. Staircases going up, all this consolidation all throughout Europe. Midnight, there's London right over here. Continue. When did they hit the all-time high? 9 a.m. Wall Street. Look at this massive structural hourly candle closed below everything. So number one, off of that hourly candle, grab your Fibonacci right now. Opening price, closing price. Highlight 50% with a white line right there. 53,187 white line. I'm going to draw an hourly point of control because that is an hourly structural candle. That's abnormally larger than all of this other volume and it closed below all of these bodies, okay? So look at what I'm doing. There's my hourly point of control sell zone. I'm putting an alert in that white zone. If Dow comes back into here, that's a potential area to sell, okay? Look at what I'm doing. I've highlighted it, okay? You see, we haven't retraced back in there, but at some point, maybe tomorrow, we might come in here. That might be a great area to sell Dow right below the all-time high, right there. White line, add an alert, create it, okay? Now let's continue following. It came up blue, blue, blue. See, it's rejected at that daily point of interest. Sellers continue, break the wick, continue drop, close near low. Then it opened here, 11 a.m. That's when we came all the way down, holding. Highest, the lowest point is above that bullish candle right there, okay? So now you see the white line right there at those bullish bodies. And then I see a wick, a wick, a wick, the point of control of that big blue candle, and there's the volume. So if I just draw a little tiny green box right there, that's an hourly buy zone. Do you guys see that? Right there, it's representing the point of control of that big bullish candle. Thursday at 3 p.m. power hour. We've got a wick, a wick, a wick. It's already retraced in there. Then it broke right there Monday at 10 a.m. I didn't trade with you guys yesterday, but 10 a.m. broke that and came back and closed above. So we haven't retraced almost today. Almost. Our lowest point of day is almost in that zone. Okay. Now, stretch it into the future. Now let's see what's going on. See this big black candle? I can cut it in half. Is it a structural candle? No. Why? Because it did not close below all of this structure right over here. It's a bearish candle, absolutely. But you see now I'm cutting it in half. And look at the number, 52,990, just below 53,000, that psychological level. So we just came up right now and got rejected back down. So our hourly resistance is still a lower high right here. So let's see if it can build anything at this daily yellow line or maybe even down here. So on the 5 minutes, if we go to the fives, Here was the big drop earlier when we hit the all-time high, came down at 930. Okay, there's Wall Street market, continue flag down, drop. If you bought, you're countering, dropped. If you bought, you're countering, it dropped. If you bought again, they're dropping it down. Okay, so now you can start to see we have a neckline being built on the 5 minutes. Where? At the hourly, and there's our red 5-minute zone right there. Okay, to give us a heads up where the supply is. Okay, so you see it's coming up. It was coming up slowly, staircases up, and now it's coming back down. So what we got to watch for if we want to buy the Dow is either at the yellow line, will it hold, or come back down for a double bottom near the lowest point of the day. Okay, right now it's selling back down. Okay, so I'll continue to watch Dow. I'm just going to add some indicators. 9, we're right at the 9. 200 is all the way up here, this purple line, and then our SST daily bar indicator is right over here, very bearish. Okay, so that's Dow. See, 5 minutes, real quick. I have all of my lines. If it continues to go up bullish, I could trade now zone to line to line. From here to here, if it gets that fill, I know I'm filling those wicks, but then I got to really respect that white line. That's about 57, 60 pips. If it can continue to break up to that yellow line, that's 180. But me as a scalper, I'm looking at this 5-minute structure right over here. Right there. There's a body, a wick, and a wick. Okay, so then that's where I don't get greedy. Then I know if it comes there, I got to do something there. So you see how I have everything strategically lined up. Even if it comes down, I got some buy areas. If it breaks, it could sell. It could sell all the way down to my next daily point of interest. If it continues to sell, there's my next daily point of interest. Okay, so that's the Dow. Let's go back to gold. Gold, okay, so this is the true now, bigger neckline, came back down. Let's see if it continues to hold and build and go back up, or are we going to continue to push down? Okay, guys, we almost have 600 viewers. Thank you, guys. If you guys can hit the likes to help boost the channel. If you guys can subscribe to the channel, we do appreciate it. Every subscribe, every like helps the channel. Let's do this. If you like Ronaldo, hit the like button. If you like Messi, hit the like button. If you like Zlatan Ibrahimovic, hit the like button. Ron's going to trick you guys now. I'm forcing you guys to like. If you don't like football, hit the like button. See, I'm playing. Oh, Holland. Yes. If you like Ireland, Holland, and the Norwegian, the Viking row. I would love to be in a stadium when they do that. That's unbelievable. That Viking row they do with the drum. It's just it's amazing. If you're ever in a stadium to feel that and witness that, what an experience that would be. How can you not like Holland? Like, he's the most likable person. He's the most likable person. Like, I think we're all rooting for Norway and him to win as well. You can't hate that guy. What a game that's going to be. Norway versus England. I believe that's Saturday. This Saturday. He's a beast. He's huge. He's strong. He's tough. He's very athletic. Like, you don't see too many big guys that can move like him. Massimo, you brought an account from $77 to $1,200 in 2 days. Is that good? Are you kidding me? You're asking if that's good. $77 to $1,200. Just do the math. Look at the percentage. That's like a 1,500% move in 2 days. I think it's pretty good. You could be like the world's greatest trader if you can continue to do this consistently. I think we've just found the world's greatest trader on today's call. Massimo, that's unbelievable, brother. $77 to 1,200 in 2 days. Yeah, that's pretty good. Like, all we're trying to do here is 0.5%, 1% per day. And you've gone 1,000, 1,500% in 2 days. I think you're doing pretty good. Okay, so if you're trading the Dow, guys, just keep an eye. Okay, from the lowest point of the day, there is a little bit of a trend moving up. Okay, you can see it's ascending a little bit right now, but it's got to close above this zone to be flipped green to continue to move and fill this hourly resistance back up to 53,000. And we're watching gold. Gold could be consolidating in this flag right here, where buyers are buying and sellers are selling. Can we continue to push through this uptrend? We will see. Or will they sell it back down for a potential double bottom? Yeah, 77 to 150 is good. That's 100% return in 2 days. Getting it up to 1,200, you see, it's over 1,000% return. That is unbelievable. You're the world's greatest trader. But the thing is consistency. Consistency. Some traders can get lucky. I get lucky too, you know. A broken clock is right 2 times a day too. Any trader can get lucky, but it's to sustain it consistently day in and day out. That's what we're striving for as traders here. I know a lot of you guys can do really well. Oh, Argentina. Wow, what a save. Is anyone watching this game, or is it just me right now? Oh my goodness. What a save by the Egyptian goalie. Wow. Look at those reflexes. Pay this man. Egypt, pay this man his money. Wow. Oh my goodness. What a save. I'm still watching the candles. Don't worry, guys. I'm with you. I'm with you. I'm with you. I can multitask. I see some bearish bars coming down. What a game. Guys, unfortunately, I'm going to have to watch the second half. We're going to end this call just around 1 p.m. when the second half opens. My son is upstairs. I can hear him banging. Wow. Egypt might pip and dip Argentina. I don't know. Argentina is going to fight right to the end. Egypt would need another goal. Like, I don't think that they can get away with 1-0. You got to secure at least 2 goals. Cousin, this is the tournament for goalies. I agree with you, man. It's been crazy. The goalkeepers have been amazing. Every single team, their goalies have been playing unreal. Except for the American goalie. Did you see that big mistake he made yesterday? What was he thinking? That was a big mistake. Where he came out and he fumbled the ball and then Belgium scored like that. That was a big mistake. We're focusing on trading. Don't worry, we're here. We can focus on football and trading. I can see gold is still consolidating. There's nothing to trade in here. You're more than welcome to go trade in there. US30, okay, came back up to the red zone, pushing down. This is a no trade zone. So I can continue to watch football. You don't need to tell me what to do. I'm more than happy watching football and trading these candlesticks, but right now it's consolidating. I'm very good at multitasking. I've been doing this all my life. It's not the first time. All I need for you guys is to manage your risk. How about that? Okay. You guys manage your risk and I'll manage the price action. Just don't blow up accounts. That's all we ask for on SST is we ask you just not to blow up your account. That's it. On one trade. Okay. If you do, it's on you. We're trying to remind you not to do that. But if you do, that's on you. You're going to have to live with it. Okay, we got some financial juice news coming out here 5 minutes ago. Let's see what we got. Let's see. Okay. Lebanese media. President Aoun will visit the White House on July 21st. Iran's press TV cites official traffic in the Strait of Hormuz is conducted in accordance with Iran's management's. Any provocative action by the U.S. will be met with immediate and decisive response, coming from Iran's press TV. The maritime security threat level in the Hormuz Strait increased to severe. NATO nears a deal to extend fuel pipelines to East Europe and Turkey. Israel's Prime Minister Netanyahu on big things. Trump and I see eye to eye. Netanyahu is saying it is early to say what will happen with Iran in an interview. Okay, so we found the true neckline up here. Now we're pushing down. So if we're looking to buy, maybe a potential double bottom could potentially be here again at this hourly support. If it continues to build, it might be a higher low. It might just come down like so. It went up. Okay, that's the maximum amount. It went up now. Now it's coming back down. Will it come with a higher low back in? Will it come for a double bottom? Or is it going to fill that wick and close below and maybe retest this and it's red and we're continuing to sell back down? Okay, so, and you guys understand now why I was saying the entire time it's not the best to be buying up here. It's nice to wait for a pullback. So if you were itching and you had ants in your pants and you wanted to buy up here, you are now potentially getting a 60 to 70 pip discount to just hit the buy button right here. I'm not saying that that's a good idea because it could drop down further, but that's just the mindset. If you wanted to buy up there, you could buy right here and you're getting a 60 to 70 pip pullback. Okay, so that's what's called a discount. And this candle is going to close in 2 minutes. So it broke, it might come back in, trade, and then blew back up. Okay, so let's just watch the close of this bar. Why not join the trend run? What, to continue selling? Yeah, I could, but I'm just being careful here because, you know, this big blue candle right here at 715 is retesting, holding. It's hourly support. So even if I sell, you know, it could be, this is the bottom now. And and could be reversing this trend. But you're absolutely correct. I should be looking for sells. Maybe I'll continue looking for sells if the sellers can close below here and flip this zone. Then we'll have further push down. Or I could sell from here and then see what happens down here. Okay. If it continues to sell down, maybe down there for another 50, 60 pips. And then I have to be careful here because they've already established good support here, good support there. That could be another double bottom there. Okay, so you see it broke down impulsively, coming back in. It's going to close now in 1 minute. We'll see, maybe it will close back in here and continue to potentially drive back up. Okay, so here's the close. We're back in, barcoding, blue volume, back inside the zone. Okay, so open black, ignited. And if it's blue, we could be breaking through here, right? We're still consolidating. Blue, black, blue, black, blue. We're barcoding in here, but we got maybe a bullish bar, okay? So I'm going to continue to buy out of here, okay? So this is going to be my final trade of this session. I'm in a buy again on gold. The first one, I went in. It went up 35, 40 pips. I went to a break even. I got stopped out at a break even. No win, no loss. Should have pipped and dipped maybe a little bit. Now I'm in a continuation. It came down, broke, came in, closed, bullish, and I'm in this buy opportunity to continue to get up to this red zone, maybe break for a new high above this wick, close above, and we flip above the 200. So I'm in a continuation to see if this thing can continue to break bullish out of here, right? Stop loss now. Do I want to be below, all the way below this wick? You can. Do I want to be below that wick? Absolutely, I want to be below this candle, okay? I'm going to be maybe just below those bodies, okay? So that's my stop loss for this trade. It could be rather tight, but after this call, I'm going to go watch the football game. So my stop loss is right there. What I'm looking for is to continue to trade into this red zone, get at least up to 50% of that black candle right over here, and maybe to continue to break up to the bodies right up to there, okay? So I'm in a continuation buy here to see if it can continue to build out of here. And then just to measure, so to fill the next, like, that would be to fill these wicks. These are the wicks I don't want to fill. Those two in this red zone. That would be an additional like 30 pips to fill those wicks, okay? And then we're right back trading into that red zone. We're going into 1 p.m. in the next 7-8 minutes, okay? So we're going to have another hourly candle come in. And where did this bullish momentum start? It started at 12 p.m. when the hourly candle opened. So we got to watch and see, can we get some 5-minute volume closing in here to build into the next hour, or the next hour could reverse everything and bring everything down, okay? So that's my maximum risk in case the next hour is very bearish and comes down and fills that. I don't want to continue to be holding this trade down into there. So now I got to watch how this thing will close in the next 2 minutes going into 12:55. And we're at halftime now in the football game. So good half, first half. Exciting. Argentina had two great opportunities, especially Messi missing the penalty. So that's to say, even some of the greatest footballers are not perfect. You know, Ronaldo misses penalty kicks. Messi can miss a penalty kick. It's just because they're professional athletes doesn't always mean, you know, they miss too. They miss out on opportunities. It's going to be a great second half. Oh yeah. Okay, so 20 seconds going to the close. Still in this consolidated range, just below the 200, just above the 9 EMA, sorry. I can lower this consolidated range down to here. And we'll see now momentum going into 1 p.m. Could be sellers or buyers, depending how this body closes right here. Okay. So far, it's still in this range right here. My stop loss is just below this wick at 1245, just down in here. Sometimes there's always a move just before the move starts at the hourly. Okay, you can kind of see right here at 1150, they brought it down. 1155 is when they broke, and then it came back and closed above, and then it retested at 12 p.m. and continued to go up. Okay, so we could see something very similar here, where it's black coming down, going into 1 p.m., and then maybe it comes back up, closes, and then continues with that momentum. Watching the 1 minute time frame is nerve-wracking. Yeah, it can be, but just patiently wait for those 1 minute candles to close, right? You'll get a closure in 60 seconds, every 60 seconds. You'll still look for your patterns. You'll still look for structural candles. You'll still look for double bottoms, double tops. You'll still see flag patterns. You'll still see the 1 minutes approach. If you did a top down, coming down to yellow lines, to hourly lines. And just like any other candlestick, it's just more of them are printing faster and faster and faster. When we look at the Dow is still consolidating here. Blue, black, blue, black, blue, black. Going into 1 p.m., if we can close above here or into 1 p.m., we could see continuation bullish momentum, just recovering a lot of this bearish daily candle. You're still counter trading if you're in buys, but we could start to see maybe a little bit of a rally going into the end of the day, or it could just get rejected and continue to sell back down. With gold, we've got a little bit of a wick still holding. Let's see how it will close in the next 2 minutes. Can we flip this bearish body back up to blue? Maybe attempt at 1 p.m. to get back into the money here. Okay, you see that? How the candle came right back up to the opening position It was ready to flip blue, and then it just turned black. So you can see this is like a hanging man candle that's still holding its bearish opening balance and continue to push down. We had an opportunity right there when it came up to flip it and turn it into a bullish pin bar. And that's a sign how strong the selling pressure still is at this opening level, 4,144.50 cents. And then the sellers continue to push it down. So now we got to rely on our wick to see the rejection that we already had. Will it reject again and come back up? Sometimes when I don't like what I see, I exit trades before it even comes down there. So if I see it's coming down, sometimes I might say to you guys, I don't like this setup. I'm going to get out. You know, you might hear me saying that on some of these calls. I just want you guys to know, like if I see something, if I'm in a buy, like for example, like this, and it's coming down, maybe it closes right near here, I might say, guys, that's it. I'm closing the trade. I'm going to take that much of a loss, but I'm not willing to continue to keep it to come down here, right? You might hear me say that on some of these calls. I just want to let you guys know, okay? Just because you're in a buy or sell and you have your stop loss set doesn't mean it's set in stone and you got to just wait for it to come down there and hit you out. If you don't like what you're seeing, if it's not making higher highs, if it's not closing strong, if you're not seeing rejections and it continues to come down, maybe just accept the loss, take the loss, don't lose as much, save a little bit additional pips for maybe another trade to recover the loss. You know, that's when you get a little bit more experience with understanding how the way the market's moving, maybe it might help. Some of you guys don't trade like that. Some of you guys just set it, forget it, and wait, okay? I don't necessarily trade like that. If I go in a buy or sell, if I don't like what I'm seeing, if I'm in the trade for a multiple while and I don't like what I'm seeing, I'll just exit myself, take a small loss and move on, right? Look for another trade. But what I see from this, the last candle came down black, 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 still holding support at these bodies. It flipped nicely into a hammer, and now we're trading into 1 p.m. So we still got a lot of work to do because we're still countering these wicks, still lower highs. So we got to physically close again, maybe above these highs, above this 200 EMA, but more so like above this resistance. We got to get blue volume closing above 4,146.25 to continue to move our way up to this big red zone. And again, if it's continued to be lower highs, they're going to push it back down. But this is 1 p.m. now, so we got to see if we get any hourly momentum, because if you look at the last hour, lots of that hourly momentum came in after that retest at noon. That's when it continued to move up. Excuse me. Okay, guys, so I got about 5 more minutes on this call. Whether this trade is still live or not, I'm going to go grab some lunch and then watch the second half of Argentina and Egypt. It should be a very exciting half. Tomorrow, guys, we'll see you at the same time, right after Dave. Dave does private New York's 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. He does COMEX and Wall Street. Tomorrow's Wednesday, and we'll be in right same time, 11 a.m. If you guys want to join, subscribe to the channel, like the channel, join our free Telegram right over here, because this is where we give all those upcoming links in our free Telegram. We'll have a giveaway this Friday, guys, so make sure you're subscribed to that. And we're still kind of consolidating in this range. Justin, have a great day today. Thank you for joining. Yeah, that's right. That's what I do, Mike. You like my style, but you actively monitor your trade. If you don't like it, you adjust it. Yeah, absolutely, right? That's how I need you guys to look at trading too. Just because you go in a trade, if you see it's going against you, don't be stubborn. Like it's okay to cut it. You'll take a loss. It goes down as your journal as an L. I understand, but in the remarks, right in there, why did you get out of the trade? What happened? Review it after. Did you make a good decision? Always go back and look. Maybe sometimes you're going to get out of a trade and then it goes to profit. Then you got to learn from it. Sometimes you'll get out of trade and then it goes right down to your stop loss, but you got out early because you were monitoring it. And maybe you got to look at the positives. You saved a little bit of pips from getting out of it, and then now you can apply it on your next trade to get those pips back, right? So I don't know. Every trader is different. There's not a cookie cutter approach to trading, but like right now I'm in a buy and I see that they cannot get above these highs. Okay. I'm still in a buy, but I see the higher lows off the bottom, but I'm not 100% convinced that these buyers can close it out strong. So, you know, I got to continue to wait it out. I'm lucky we're getting higher lows off the bottom without breaking. Okay. But you can see how strong the resistance is up here. But if we can get a solid good close, then we could maybe squeeze through here. But it's having a difficult time. Right up here, right at that purple line. That's that nasty, stubborn 200 EMA. And we've got one more minute to go into the close. Which time frames do I advise as a beginner? Start off with higher time frames. Higher time frames. Move into more swing trading, 4 hours, hourly. Focus on those and follow the higher time frames. And then once you move into the lower time frames, 15-minute, 5-minute, they're faster. They require a little bit more experience. So as a beginner, I would focus mainly on higher time frames. Do the same style top-down analysis. Set alerts and wait. Watch the hourly candles. Watch the 4-hour candles. Watch how they close because you're going to learn the same characteristics. You can open up your stop loss a little more. You can have a bigger profit target, but just reduce your sizing substantially. Okay, so we got a good close on that candle. It closed, remember, it was black, close in, and then closed strong. Now we've got basically an ignited open at the 200 EMA. So this is that strong opening that we need. We need those buyers start asking to trade back in this red block, okay? We may potentially have the 9 building to cross above the 200 EMA, okay? We're not there yet. We need a solid candle closure, okay? Remember, price action precedes indicators. Indicators print after the fact. What we see is nice, but not necessarily what we need. So we need to close, you know, we need to break for a new high, absolutely above here, but we got to close strong, okay? We don't have a blue candle closing above here. If I draw a red line right here, right there, that was the last body to body. Now we've got a wick, and a wick. And now we just had a wick right there. Excuse me. And Dow is still very nasty inside here, just consolidating. I would trap all of this volume if you're trading the Dow, and you see it's literally barcoding. Blue, black, blue, black, blue, black, blue, black, okay? Will it stay in here all day? No. It's going to continue to accumulate, but buyers might attempt to break it out of there, close it above, retest this, that returns to red to green zone. You might go into a buy, just drive up a little bit more. Selling pressure is the overall trend. It could break down right there, come back up, break, and then you're trading at the lowest point of the day. And you got to watch there. Maybe then the daily candle will continue to break the low and drop even further down. With gold, we're getting our volume we need. We've got higher lows, higher lows, higher lows. But again, we're counter trading, right? And we're at the resistance of this big block here. So we're at a specific level. If we go to the hourly, maybe we can get a clearer picture. This is the hourly candles, okay? So we're trading right into the point of control of our big hourly candle right there. Like from 11 a.m. when we started the call, it was sold off. Then it came, found the bottom at 11. 12, we found support, came back in, and now this is what I'm trying on this buy, is this hour to continue. Look at, we just got rejected at the previous hourly high wick, and it could come all the way back down, right? Your stop loss, see where my stop loss is? It's above the 50% of this last bullish hourly candle, okay? But what I want to see is, can we continue to drive up, fill that hourly wick, and start to drive into potentially this big black candle? But if I'm looking at the structure of hourly candles, I'm like, it came down, it's coming back in right into there. So it could definitely come back down, right? So we need, if we're going to stick with this hourly volume in the next hour, if you're watching the football game and you're still watching, if the hourly candle can close above there and then pull back into here, we can invert this zone green and then maybe it has further room to run to engulf that entire big black candle at 11 a.m. And that would be a target 4,154. If it can fill that wick, you guys know where we could be going, to that upper red zone right there. Okay, so when I go back to the 5 minutes, this is what we see is this. There's that big red zone on the hourly where it got rejected right there, 1140 and 1145. I'm in a buy. Yes, I'm in. And these are those situations where it could be just staircases going up and then they boom, the big black candle, the elevator coming down. You know, where it's those big black nasty candles like this. Just like here where it was coming up and then the big black candle came down. Okay, here it was coming up and then the big black candle that came down. We're slowly coming back up and it has a potential for another big black candle to come down. So this is why it's important that the buyers can close above like soon so that we can flip the zone and start moving out of here before the sellers start offering and pushing down. Daniela, you just joined Fusion. Amazing, amazing. You will. You'll love this broker. Like they're really good. They're really good. You'll find that commissions are really good. Fills are really good. Not too much slippage, even when you're trading high impact news, which I don't think you should be trading. Payouts are quick. Their support staff is amazing. They're really good. You can open up a demo, test everything out. Okay, guys, I'm gonna head out. I'm gonna go watch the second half of the game and make some lunch. You guys know where my stop loss is and what I'm looking for. So right now it's still selling pressure. Sellers are still there. So we got to see if it can continue to build. But I will be back with you guys tomorrow, 11 a.m. And we'll see you guys tomorrow. So I hope everyone has a great day. I need to recover a little bit. I'm losing my voice. I'm sick still. So I want to be here with you guys tomorrow. So I had a good session. Hopefully you guys had a good session. Enjoy the rest of the World Cup. If you guys are going to watch the rest of the games, please like and subscribe to the channel and join the free Telegram. It's pinned at the top of YouTube for you guys. We'll have all of the upcoming links and a giveaway this Friday. Okay, guys? So go enjoy your rest of the day, guys, and we will see you guys tomorrow morning, 11 a.m. Eastern. Join Dave if you want, and the Discord by joining SST on our website, stocksnipertrading.com, and you can join the team. Okay, guys? Have a great afternoon, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thank you guys so much. We'll see you guys. Have a good day. Thank you guys. Please leave a like and subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you guys tomorrow, 11 a.m. Have a good day, guys.